What's going on, guys? It's Dramon, and today we are finally talking about the Nike PG2. I know a lot of you guys are anticipating the performance reviews for these because you're trying to figure out whether you should pick these up or just stick to its predecessor, the PG1, at a reduced price, because you can find them on sale right now since the new kid on the block is finally here. I will be doing a performance review on these a little bit later in the video, but if you want to skip to it right now, I will put a timestamp in the description box below. But before we get there, I just want to talk about these visually and aesthetically. Now, these had a lot to live up to in terms of visual design, because not only was the PG1 one of the best looking debut signature models of all time, it was just one of the best looking sneakers of last year, period. So it's kind of irresponsible to compare these to those because the PG1 is more of an exception rather than the rule. And I'm guilty of it myself. When I first saw the PG2, I was like, oh no, that's a step back visually. I'm just not feeling it. But when I actually got these in hand, I kind of changed my mind a little bit. I think the PG2 looks pretty slick, especially on feet. I'm loving the top-down view. Now, that's not me saying that the PG2 looks better than the one, because that's not true at all. I'm just saying that you should hold final judgment on these until you actually get them in hand. Now, another thing I want to talk about is the quality of the PG2. Now, I have to say, when I first saw them, like I said, I was a little disappointed. It looked like a stripped down version of the one. It looked like those premium materials that were on the one were kind of reined in on the two. But after getting these in hand, the premium suede and nubuck touches around the heel and medial toe cap really surprised me with not only how they look, but how they felt to the touch. Now, this new mesh material that's actually used on most of the upper is decent. I personally don't like it as much as what was used last year on the PG1, but it is slightly more durable. I'll touch on that a little bit later. I do want to point out, however, I did experience some chafing with this new material near the medial collar area on both of my sneakers. Now, this doesn't bother me. I don't think it's a big issue at all, but I know some of you guys are quality nuts and this might bother you, so I thought I'd point it out. And that's pretty much all I have to say about these non-performance wise. So let's get to the nitty-gritty. The moment you've all been waiting for. Is the PG2 better than its predecessor, the PG1, on the court? There's only one way to find out. What's going on, guys? It's Dramon. We're out here, we're in the gym, we're getting our runs in, and we're doing so with the Nike PG2s, and I'm gonna tell you how they perform. Let's get things started with the traction. Now, from my experience, the traction on the PG2 was excellent, no matter what condition I was playing on, meaning the floor, and I was consistently getting good traction with minimal wiping. If you happen to be playing on a really nasty floor, you are gonna have to wipe every once in a while. That's just the way it is for every sneaker. But even then, I was really surprised with the PG2's traction on really bad floors. I felt like I was snapping to the floor consistently. As for outsole durability and outdoor use, I just wouldn't with the PG2. There are a lot of better options out there. And I know it's $110, so that's pretty good value, but I just don't think these are gonna hold up on the blacktop because the outsole durability is very soft. The rubber compound is very pliable, which means indoor traction is gonna benefit from that, but outdoor traction, I just think it's not gonna last very long. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna talk about is the cushioning, and this is one of the areas that Nike made some changes from the 1 to the 2. Last year, the PG1 featured an 8mm Zoom bag that was bottom loaded, meaning there was something between your foot and the Zoom bag. This time around on the PG2, Nike placed a 10mm Zoom bag that's top loaded, which means your foot is directly benefiting from that Zoom Air bag because it's sitting directly on top of it. Now, how do these changes translate into on-court performance? Well, in my opinion, it's not a significant change, but it is welcome. Personally, I absolutely love the way these feel. It's a smoother, cloudier version of the PG1. I really feel like I'm gliding across the floor. But for those people who want a super low responsive ride, these aren't gonna be perfect, but at only $110, the cushioning, in my opinion, is worth the price of admission alone. It's not gonna be perfect, but I still think you guys are gonna like it if you're looking for a low responsive ride. But for those people who wanna feel bounce, feel cloudy, and feel like they're absolutely streaking across the floor, the PG2 rivals some of the even smoothest rides you can find on the market today. All right, so the next thing we're gonna talk about are the materials, and this is another area where Nike made some slight changes. However, I think it's more of a lateral move from Nike rather than a step forward or backwards. While still getting the same combination of suede, neoprene, and mesh that was found in the PG1, the materials Nike used this time around just aren't as soft. Now, like I said earlier, that isn't necessarily a step backwards, but in my opinion, it's not a step forward as well. It's not a significant improvement. The overall stiffness and extra strength that mesh material that's used on most of the upper has on the 2 just make the PG2 a more durable sneaker and allow the materials to sit just a little bit closer to your foot. So it's not really a question on whether or not the PG2's materials are better than the 1s, because in my opinion, they both perform at about the same level. They just feel a little different from each other. The PG1s are softer while the PG2s have more durability and sit slightly closer to your foot. So what you need to do is take that information and decide which one works best for you. Moving along to the fit, the PG2s gives us a slightly different experience, but what it does do differently from the 1 significantly improve the overall experience. Instead of one single strap that goes across your forefoot, the PG2 uses 2 straps integrated with the lacing system on both the lateral and the medial sides. Now these 2 straps serve the same purpose as a single strap in the PG1, and that's to give you a nice lockdown fit in this area. But in my opinion, the 2s felt a little more even since the straps are working on both sides as opposed to the PG1 strap that pulls from one side. As for the sizing, I went true to size, and that's what I would recommend for most people. However, if you have a really wide foot, you could get away with going up half a size, but I will say this, the PG2s broke in very nicely, and the adaptive lacing system with multiple loopholes and flywire-like straps really allow you to feel locked in no matter what your foot looks like. Okay, so the last thing we're gonna talk about is the support, and I'm gonna be quick here. These feature all the standard support features you would find in a Nike basketball model, like an internal heel counter and slight lateral outrigger. It works, it's solid, and provides a stable ride during a variety of movements on the court. I will say, however, I do think this shoe is catered towards forwards and guards, so if you're a lumbering big man, I would just skip these altogether and look somewhere else. All right, so to wrap things up, at worst, the PG2 at worst is just as good as the PG1, which is saying something because the PG1 was just an awesome encore performer. The improvements made to the cushioning are just awesome and my personal favorite aspect of the PG2, but the improved stability and more even fit in the forefoot were definitely welcome improvements as well. Sitting at a retail price of only $110, the PG2 offers tremendous value and improves on something the PG1 already did well. Is it an elite sneaker? Not quite. Add full length zoom, maybe some fly knit and more premium materials, and then we'll talk about being elite. But as it sits right now, the PG2 offers some serious competition as the best bang for your buck model on the market today. All right guys, so that pretty much takes care of the performance review for the PG1. I'm gonna send it back to the studio so we can wrap this video up. So there you guys have it. That was my performance review on the Nike PG2, but the ultimate question still remains. If you're asking me, yo Jerama, which shoe should I pick up? The PG1 or the PG2? I'm gonna say the PG2 performance-wise. I do think it's a better basketball sneaker, but I don't think it's significantly better than this. Let's be honest, either one you pick up, you're absolutely gonna love the way they perform. But if you want the best of encore performance between these 2 sneakers, go ahead, pick up the 2. But like I said, you really can't go wrong with either of them. All right guys, so that pretty much takes care of this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and leave me a like. That helps me out a lot. If you have any more questions on the PG2, let me know in the comment section below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I'll also put purchase links to the PG2 in the description box so you can go get a pair for yourself. Go out there on the court and get buckets. Once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. My name's Jaron. It's been great having you. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Coming in at number 9, we got the Nike PG2. Now it's no secret, Paul George's second signature model with the swoosh is one of my most highly anticipated sneakers of this year. Wait, hold on guys, hold on. I got something for you guys, hold on. That's right, your boy got him. # team early.